us. I'm really sorry for how I handled that. I'm sorry I dismissed what you were saying. That was unfair to you, and I can see why it hurt your feelings, and you didn't deserve that. You were trying to tell me something that mattered to you, and instead of really listening, I just brushed it off. That was my fault, and I want you to know I've been thinking about it a lot since it happened. The more I replayed in my head, the more I realized how careless I was with something that really mattered to you. You were trying to explain how you felt, you were being open with me, and instead of slowing down and actually hearing you, I reacted in a way that probably made you feel ignored, or maybe like your feelings didn't matter. And I hate the idea that I made you feel that way, because you do matter to me a lot. Your feelings matter to me. The things you tell me matter to me. And if I made you feel like they didn't, then I'm really, really sorry. I should have listened, baby. I should have stopped for a second and actually taken in what you were saying instead of reacting the way I did. That's on me. There's no excuse for it. I handled that really badly, and I want to take responsibility for that without trying to explain it away or make it smaller than it was. You had every reason to feel upset. If I were in your place and someone reacted to me like that, I would probably feel the same way. So if you felt hurt or dismissed, or like I wasn't really hearing you, I understand why. That reaction makes sense. You deserved patience from me, and you deserved attention from me, and instead you got frustration. And I'm really, really sorry about that, baby. I never want to be someone who makes you feel small or unheard. You are so important to me. The way you feel is so important to me. And when you trust me enough to tell me something that's bothering you, that's not something I should ever take lightly. That's something that I should treat with care. I've been thinking about what I should have done differently. I should have slowed down. I should have looked at you and actually listened to what you were trying to say instead of jumping straight into reacting. Sometimes I get caught up in trying to respond instead of trying to understand, and that's something I'm going to work on, because you deserve someone who listens to you, not someone who talks over you, not someone who dismisses you. You deserve someone who makes space for what you're feeling. And I want to be that person for you. I really, really do, baby. I'm not saying that just because I feel bad right now. I really, truly mean it. I've been thinking about it and realizing that moments like this matter more than I think. The way I respond to you when things are tense or emotional, that's when I show you how much I really care. And earlier I didn't show you that I care the way that I should have, and so for that I'm really, really sorry, baby. I'm sorry I didn't give you the attention that you deserved in that moment, and I'm sorry if my reaction made you feel like your feelings didn't matter, and I'm sorry if I made you feel alone in that moment instead of supported. You shouldn't have to feel that way with me, baby. If something is bothering you, I want you to feel safe telling me. I want you to feel like you can come to me and talk about things even when they're difficult, or even when they're emotional, and even when we might not immediately see things the same way, because to me, your perspective matters and your feelings matter, and I want to understand them better. I think sometimes when people argue or misunderstand each other, they start focusing on defending themselves instead of actually hearing the other person. And I think that's what I slipped into earlier, and I got defensive. Instead of being curious about what you were trying to tell me, and that's something I need to do better with. Instead of reacting right away, I want to do better. I want to pause and ask myself just a simple question. What is she feeling right now? What is she trying to tell me? Because if I had asked myself that earlier, I think the whole moment would have gone very differently. I would have realized that you weren't trying to attack me or criticize me. You were just being vulnerable, just trying to explain something to me that hurt you. And when someone you care about is hurting, the right response isn't to shut them down. The right response is to listen and to understand and to care. And so that's what I'm going to do better with moving forward. I'm going to slow down and actually listen, actually hear you. Not just the words, but I'm going to try to understand what you're feeling underneath those words. Because baby, the last thing I ever want is for you to feel like you can't talk to me, or that you have to keep things inside because you're worried about how I'll react. You deserve so much more than that, baby. You deserve openness. You deserve patience. You deserve someone who wants to understand you. That's the kind of partner I want to be for you. I'm not perfect. I know I'm gonna mess things up sometimes. But when I do, I want to own it. I want to recognize it. And I want to do better. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's why I'm here, baby. Not just to say sorry and move on, but to actually acknowledge what happened and learn from it. Because, baby, you're too important to me for me to just brush moments like this aside. You matter too much. The way you feel matters too much. And I want you to know that when you're upset, I'm not your opponent. I'm on your side. And even when we misunderstand each other and things get emotional, I'm still on your side. So if you're still feeling hurt right now, that's okay. You don't have to instantly forgive me or pretend everything is fine. Your feelings are always valid, and I'm always here to listen to them. If you want to talk about what you were feeling earlier, I want to hear it. Really hear it this time. No interruptions, no defensiveness. Just listening to you, baby. Because I care. I care so much about understanding you. And I care so much about you. I love you. And I love you more than I probably say out loud sometimes. You're important to me in ways that are hard for me to fully explain. And well, the last thing I ever want is for you to feel like I take you for granted. Because I never, baby, I never ever take you for granted. So I'm sorry for earlier. sorry I didn't show up the way I should have in that moment, and I'm sorry I didn't give you the patience and the attention you deserve. But I promise you I'm going to do better. I'm going to work on listening more carefully and on being more present when you're telling me something important. On remembering that the person in front of me isn't just saying words. She's trusting me with her most intimate feelings, and that trust is something I must always treat with care and the respect that it deserves. Because you deserve that care, baby. You deserve kindness. You deserve patience. And you deserve to feel safe being honest about how you feel. So baby, if you're willing, I'd really like to try again. Not the argument, just the listening. Just the listening. You telling me what you were trying to say earlier, and me actually hearing you. Because I want to understand. I want to learn how to be better for you. And I want you to feel like you matter every single time that you speak to me, baby. You deserve that. You deserve that, baby. You really do. So, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry, and I hope you know that when I say that, I'm not just saying it to smooth things over. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. I mean every single word of it. And I'm going to show it to you by doing better, because you matter to me a lot. And I love you so much. I love you so much. I'll do better next time.